Well, if you've been watching the previous video on this Prevost came in, had a bad turbo, bad kingpins, bad wheel bearings, and it was really rusty up underneath and a lot of dirt and grime on everything. And since we were waiting on some parts, the owners got in there and really cleaned everything on the underside real good. It got all new airbags. They put this rust preventative stuff on everything that was metal that was under there, that was steel that was rusting, and they really cleaned it up nice and spent some time under there. And really, this is going to make a big difference on the longevity of this bus overall. Yeah, it really looks good what they're doing up under there. But everything's going to be all new wheel bearings, airbags, brake hoses, brake chambers. Had leaky wheel seals, all that kind of stuff, and it had a bad turbo. So we got a new turbo cartridge that we were able to get for it. We're gonna get started on it from there. So the steering stabilizer on here, he ordered, and I was like, I don't even know if it needs to be replaced because it's not leaking any fluid on it. It doesn't look like it's ever leaked, but it is shot. There is no resistance whatsoever in it. So my normal diagnostic is look at them and see if they've leaked or not, and or leaking. But this one, the only resistance is the rust on the shaft.
Yep, no leaks.
Wow, that was not doing what it was supposed to. So here's the new one. And oh yeah, it takes a lot of force, both in and out, right? Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Yeah, that helps you if you have a blowout on the front tire. It holds everything together too, so it doesn't just veer off the road instantly. It's got a resistance to it. Yeah, this old turbo, it barely spins. It doesn't continue spinning when you do spin it. The bearings are no good, and it was touching the inside of the housing. If you moved it, you could make it touch it. But yeah, look how good the new one spins. That's like 3 times longer at least.
Amazing. We're not even putting any effort into it either.
They really did a good job working on the rust under here. Yeah, one thing the owner did when he replaced all the brake lines on here, the hoses, and when we were doing our brake checks on here, the parking brake on one side would release and the other side it wouldn't. And then I realized that he had crisscrossed the hoses over, so he had switched the hoses, the parking brake hose and the service brake hose. He had switched them around, so the parking brake wouldn't release on one, and then when you stepped on the brake, it would release. That parking brake would release if you stepped on the brake pedal. So we were able to figure that out before the wheels went on, as I was doing my initial checks of everything. Simple, easy mistake to make, but we got that corrected. Got all new made in USA wheel bearings and races and all the hubs of the bus. So hopefully that'll make some of the noise a little bit quieter too from the hubs. Pre-lubing the turbo, and I can spin it with this hand over here. Can't see it, but it's spinning. A few more squirts of oil in there. Too much, it shoots out. This socket is perfect. It's what it's made for doing these oil lines and fuel lines. This particular one has a snap-on. I think there's a number on it. FRX 201. That's the 5/8 size. 1/2 inch and 5/8 you'll use a lot. And if you remember, this had aluminum rims as the inners on the duals, and there was very, very short studs then. So we changed it to steel wheels that we had mounted and balanced.
Hey!
Okay.
Alright.
One of the big complaints that they had was that the brakes were terrible. And when they got here, some of the brakes were very out of adjustment, had leaky wheel seals, so there was oil on several of the brakes as well. So we got all the brakes adjusted, everything cleaned up, should be good to go there. The shocks were bad, so it had bad shocks, and it should have a much nicer ride now with the new shocks, the new airbags, new wheel bearings, all that stuff. A lot of work went into this, and now he's gonna have turbo boost. He had low on power, very bad acceleration and stuff like that. So he should have a lot more power and acceleration, and he's gonna really enjoy having the turbo boost.
Ready.
Put the tags back down.
There it is.
Okay. I would do a little brake check just so you kind of get used to it too. Maybe actually kind of jack on it, like go all the way hard, like a boom. That's much better than it used to be, right?
My
Gosh,
goodness.
that's
We never
crazy.
stopped before.
I don't know if I locked your door here all the way either when I just flipped the. Okay. Also, when you braked hard, did you used to hear that clunk in the front too, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was there was no clunk.
There was no clunk. You want to go down and put a towel over the puddle?
Yeah,
I
you
know,
may want to go a
right?
little slower through
Go
it.
slow.
Take this corner wide. Yeah.
Go fast.
Only on the motorcycle. Cabinets are done.
Everything's done.
So I stop it to see how it is. Well, didn't scare
No,
me.
you're fine.
No, I did that to feel how the pedal was.
Oh.
The air ride feels different.
Be careful coming back because the air conditioner's getting delivered, so there might be a semi truck.
Box there?
Yeah, box truck. Well, a box truck driving down the driveway while you come around that corner.
So normally, right about now, we would be manually downshifting because it just
Didn't have the
RPMs
power?
drop and it just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, now you have boost, and it's just pushing it right up the hill.
It sure is. Right now, we'd be like crawling.
So we'll just do the round the square thing.
Are we going through the square?
Yes. It's the easiest way to turn around.
See if we step on the brake again.
Did you guys ever make it to Skeeter's Pub?
Never did.
Never did.
No. Oh, you know why? Because we're on the motorcycle. We said, it's probably not a good idea.
They got good food. Stay far to the left to make the right hand turn. Just makes it easier.
Right on Red's
And be,
Etiquette?
yeah, and be, you can, but you really can't see very. As long as you can see, you're good. let off the throttle. Let's see if the Jake's gonna kick in on this hill.
Just coast down.
Yeah, we'll see what it does here. The RPM's just not high enough. You're under 1,000, right?
Oh yeah, it's on the bottom needle. It's not even moving up.
But they kicked in for a second.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. That really drops you down, huh? So we're not even 500 RPMs.
Yeah. As soon as the speed limit kicks up to 45, I'm going to have you kind of nail it here and just get on the acceleration.
Okay, see what it does.
You might get a little puff of black smoke at the beginning because you don't have that throttle delay anymore. But other than that, it should be pretty clean. No smoke?
Nothing more than I never saw before. I mean, nothing like a red light.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't push the speed too much.
Yeah.
Well, the ride is definitely different, huh?
Yeah. No.
Like in every aspect.
No clunk. Brakes are better.
I honestly say I was not terrified.
Your wheels aren't gonna fall off.
That's always a good thing.
Man, we gotta cut down that tree hanging over the road.
You know, we came up and we said we're gonna watch those trees come in here. So is there a certain RPM where the turbo kicks in better, or it's just always giving a boost?
At the higher RPM, it's giving more boost. And at low RPM, it has almost none to begin with. So when you're starting out accelerating, there's none.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Gotta get up and get going. I don't see an air conditioner in the way.
I just meant to watch out for the truck. Like he might be coming around the corner while you're.
I gotcha.
It looks like it's only your tire tracks, though. I don't see another big vehicle's tracks. But this blind, we have that mirror there to try and help you see somebody coming around the corner. Careful of those rocks.
All sorts of obstacles. Dynamometer's got your name on it, Maria. Let's see if you can scare Scott. You up for it?
Sure.
Is that right if she does it?
Yeah, okay. Just stay wide to the left at the top of the hill when you make that last turn.
Okay. Oh, so I'm not going in 5 right now?
Go all the way up to 1.
Really?
Yep.
Stop
And
it.
punch it.
Huh. That
One
one?
more.
One more?
There you go.
Okay.
If at any point you feel uncomfortable, just slow down a little bit. It'll be okay. It'll make it.
Okay, so I'm gonna punch it.
Yep.
Nice and
Okay,
easy.
yeah,
Nice
you
and
can
easy.
let off a little. She was
Mario and
trying to set a world record there. Good job.
You want me to punch it?
Yeah.
Look at those, that air. That's pretty cool.
Just watch the trees on your left.
Oh, the ones I just scraped?
Well, they took highway test drive, about 50 miles, and they couldn't go over 61 miles an hour. The bus had a horrible vibration. The only thing that we messed with that really caused vibrations, we put those new steel rims on there, and we had them balanced, so we didn't think, let's take them back to the tire shop, let them check them on the balancer. We're going to go ahead and send the outer aluminum wheels with the duals. And he didn't feel the vibration in the steering wheel, but it was coming from the back. And they put them on here, and there's definitely a wobble to them. And one of them was 14 ounces out of balance. Another one was 24 ounces out of balance. And then one of the aluminum ones was 33 ounces out of balance. And I think just the way that they were clocked and positioned on there, it didn't work. So they went ahead and rebalanced the steel ones, got them closer. One of the steel ones, they threw a bag of balance beads in, as well as the 2 aluminum rims, they threw balance beads in too, because with 33 ounces, they couldn't put enough weights on it, and it'd be all over the place the way the weights work on the aluminum rims. So we're going to try it again here on the highway. But it was ready at 61 miles an hour. But they said it felt like the bus was going to rattle apart. That's how bad it got. Okay, so how long ago did that happen?
When we first got the bus.
Don't tell me 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
He's been fighting that for 6 years.
We've been having problems with the belts being tensioned correctly. We would get one tensioned and the other one wouldn't be. Well, 6 years ago, he replaced these air lines that go to this air cylinder, and he reversed this one. So when this one, the air piston would tighten, the other one was in the loosened position. And when the other one over there on the air conditioning compressor, when this one would tighten, that one would loosen. The air signal was crossed on the one, so they were never, and he would kind of mess with the switch in the middle position to try and find a sweet spot, but didn't realize they were crossed. So now we're going to switch the airlines back and then be able to have both tensioners on at the same time, and the belt should be less floppy. So loosen it, tighten it. Look at the other one. Loosen it. Tighten it. What do you know?
Okay.
One thing that we're going to do too, now we got the tires back, when we put them on, we're going to weigh the bus and weigh each axle on there, or each hub actually, and then we'll know what to set the tire pressures at according to the manufacturer's tire pressure inflation charts. He's been running them at 115 PSI, and that's way too much. They don't need to be that high. He's gonna have a lot softer ride. So depending on the weights, we'll check them here. And yeah, this one here is like what, 6,300 pounds, 6,200 pounds. And on the chart that's a dual tire, that's gonna be only about 80 PSI. So we're gonna set his drives at 85 PSI, his tags, or his drives at 80, and his tags and his steers are gonna be set at 85. Wiggle it out. Take a look at that in a second.
60, then we'll hit the incline.
60. 62.
And then we start going down.
You can tell the difference in the softer tire pressures, though, right?
Oh,
I mean,
I
it's
definitely
it's just floating.
Like I almost feel like we're rocking or something.
Yeah, all the little road transitions and stuff like that is going to be so much nicer now. Because you were just hitting them driving on bricks.
Yep. So now we got the 55-mile-an-hour sign, which means I can probably get some speed, but then we got a curve.
Yeah.
Right after the curve, we'll see how wide open we are.
I mean, we might as well just do the interstate loop, just so you get on the interstate and really safely get it up to speed.
You know, and even if we do that first exit and back,
Yeah, you can do that.
that's okay.
Yeah, the new turbo's giving you the power to. You would have never climbed this like this, I'm assuming.
Definitely not.
Which it's probably going to downshift and.
It's around 50, it does it.
But it's still going.
Yeah. Trying to hold there.
There it goes. And it's got the power to accelerate at that point. This is a pretty good mountain.
You got some long hills down here in the south.
Yeah, it's maintaining good.
It's slowly creeping up.
What's
On
that?
an incline.
Yeah.
We're back up to 50 again.
It's like a new bus.
It's a lot different, boy. A lot. Okay, here's the straightaway. Just top 60. 63. And 64.
Which this road looks pretty crappy right here.
This is 65.
It would have been really bad yesterday, right?
Really bad. It's 66, 67. 68.
The little vibration I feel isn't constant. I really think that is the
That
road.
might be the road.
I see all these little cracks,
Yeah, I do too.
but you're going way faster than you were yesterday.
That's
Yeah,
70, Maria.
that's pretty smooth.
Alright, well, there's still a vibration, but at 70, it's
Yeah,
kind of,
now we're wanting to visit the roads.
yeah.
And how long do those beads need to seal? That should be almost instant. I don't know.
How long does it?
This normally would have sucked for you without your turbo working right, because this is
Oh
up.
my
It
goodness.
doesn't look like it, but it's uphill.
I dread entrances on an incline. Like, why do they make those?
But you're doing good. See, you're up to 50 already.
I mean, it's surprisingly going up in speed.
Yeah, on this entrance ramp, I have to stay in third on my bus until I get to the bridge up here.
Rest. Yeah, we've never picked up momentum on it. Coming up on the mark. 62, 63, 64, 65. And nothing happened. 65.
feels pretty smooth right
It's
there.
real nice. 68.
Oh, yeah. Smooth road.
This is. So I'm just going to bring it back down to the mid-60s where it was giving us trouble.
There's a little shimmy there.
So that's 63-ish.
But we definitely know it's the tires. I mean, that's the only thing we changed, and it's way better.
But now when I get to 64, it's like it's over the hump, and now we're
Smoother.
good.
I still feel,
Popping back.
yeah, I feel that they were pretty good. But there it smoothed out a lot.
It did. As soon as I get to 65, just plain.
All right, well, that vibration is mostly gone. Again, before they said it was going to rattle the bus apart. That's how bad it was. Those tires were crazy, at like 4 pounds out of balance. That's a lot. They had an incident on the way home. They hit a bird like this. It was flying, and it hit just below the windshield. So this is a ginormous bird. Luckily, it didn't hit the windshield. And then they had a problem with an airbag while it deflated. And it looks like it's got a slit in it, but if you look at it close up, it's not a slit. It's actually like jagged edge. So I don't know what happened there. Brand new airbag. Maybe it had a defect or something had scored it a little bit or something. But luckily, it didn't happen while they were driving. They were parked, and it wasn't able to air back up. So they're going to have to replace a new airbag on there. And then they had a spot where they missed a turn, and they went to turn around, and they backed up, and their tailpipe got into the mud, and it plugged up the tailpipe and killed the engine, choked it out. The old banana in the tailpipe trick. But they were able to figure that out, and they're at a campground now at a relative's house where they have full camping hookups. They've already got the airbag off, and they're just waiting to get a new one. They'll get that put on there. I've never seen that happen on a new airbag, so I'm glad it didn't happen while they were driving.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees. And from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. But at the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run.